All right. Well, welcome everyone to our Wednesday night course spotlight. I'm Kathy Lawson, Chief Knowledge Officer of the Great Discovery, and one of my favorite things to do is to learn and to learn from our wonderful course creators. Tonight will be no exception. I was reading Alicia's bio and it's just phenomenal. So let me introduce you and then I'm going to turn it over to her because you don't want to hear me talk, you want to hear her. So Alicia Couri is the CEO of a boutique consulting firm comprised of Audacious Concepts, Inc., which is a leadership and business strategic advisory firm, and Red Carpet CEO, which is a digital media outlet and personal branding service. Alicia is a TEDx speaker, an 11 times Amazon best-selling author and media personality who has been featured on ABC, CBS, and NBC. Alicia empowers high-achieving women and executive teams to lead with clarity, presence, and audacious confidence. As a woman who has battled and beaten breast cancer, Alicia brings powerful life experiences to her work, infusing it with courage, resilience, and a deep passion for helping others own their brilliance, amplify their presence, and show up as the leaders they were born to be. Tonight, Alicia is going to present her course on a power persona. So, Alicia, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you, Kathy. I am so excited to do this today, and I'm going to share my screen with a presentation that I put together just for this. And hopefully, I can figure this out because I know Zoom is sometimes a little funky when you have to balance double screens putting stuff together. So let's see if I got this to work. Yay. All right. So let me move you over here. All right. There we go. So now I can share my screen and we'll get going. Welcome everyone. Today, I'm going to share with you how to unlock the most powerful version of yourself with 6 simple but game-changing steps to unleash your audacious confidence. So it is the power persona. It will help you speak boldly, lead bravely, and show up powerfully. So why is this important? I'm going to share that with you today. How many of you could say that you were dreamers? I know I was a dreamer since I was teeny tiny. And because I was a dreamer, I was always told that uh, I always had my head in the clouds. But I felt deep down inside that I was made for so much more. But I couldn't escape my own beliefs about myself or what I could achieve. And the reason that is I kept running into these roadblocks and I couldn't understand why I kept hitting these roadblocks. You see, this is me at 3. I was bold and I was audacious. I mean, if you just look at that expression, I was a force of nature. I was born in Trinidad, and as a Trini, I had 3 choices in my life. I could be a PhD like my dad, I could be a professional like a lawyer or an accountant, or I could be a disappointment. Guess which one I chose? I leaned heavily in being a disappointment. And because of that, I I endured a lot of verbal trauma, and it created many false beliefs in myself. And I know my parents and my teachers meant well and they were trying to encourage and motivate me, but it backfired. And as a result, I believed for most of my life that I was stupid, lazy, worthless, good for nothing, and I would amount to nothing. Those were the words that I heard from this little child from 3 years old all the way through my teenage years. So, guess what that did to me? That built a belief. That built a lot of limiting beliefs for me. Decades went by and I could not overcome these beliefs. And so I kept hitting roadblock after roadblock. Every time I tried something, I wouldn't succeed in it. And I couldn't understand why. You see, you'll never really outpace your mental model. You're not going to overcome those subconscious beliefs that you have, especially if you're not aware of them. So I'm going to tell you a story about one of these incidences that I had. I was about 32 years old. This was in 2001. And I decided that I was going to be a screenwriter. I really deep down wanted to be an actor, but that was way too high for me to reach. So I thought, okay, I will sit behind the scenes and I'll write stories. I have a million stories in my head. I'm going to write stories. I'm going to write movies. So I joined this course and I had this coach and we were writing screenplays. And I was excited. I had three really amazing screenplays that I had written, at least I thought so. And for our graduation, we were all going to meet in Las Vegas in July. Yeah, in July in Las Vegas. Who doesn't want to be in Las Vegas in July? So we were going to meet in July in Las Vegas at this conference. And it was going to be a pitch conference where producers from Hollywood were going to be there and we could pitch our stories. But there were also some panels and some learning. And one of my absolute favorite writers, directors, producers, he is just the epitome of everything Hollywood to me, was going to be there and was going to be the keynote speaker and was going to deliver some I think he was on a panel and was going to deliver some insights into screenwriting. Does anybody know who this is? It's the amazing Gary Marshall. I mean, he's since passed, but he was going to be there. And when I found that out, I said, I have to be in Las Vegas. I have to meet Gary Marshall. I mean, Pretty Woman is my absolute favorite movie. I grew up with Laverne and Shirley. I grew up with Lenny and Squiggy. I mean, I knew all of it, right? So I wanted to meet Gary Marshall. That's all I could talk about. That's all I could think about. I need to meet Gary Marshall. So went to Las Vegas, and the first night that we were there was a cocktail reception. And guess what? I got to meet Gary Marshall. I was so excited. I met Gary Marshall. We went through the week. At the end was the cocktail reception, not the cocktail, sorry. We had a dinner, awards dinner and banquet, and he was the keynote speaker, but also was getting an award. So I got there early, and this was after we did all the pitch session and everything. So everything was over. I got there to the dinner early, and I was looking through all the seats for my name because they had our names on every table. And I was looking, and I saw in the back of the room, and I was looking through all the seats, and I couldn't find my name. So I went up to the front table, the reserve table, and there my name was, right next to Gary Marshall. Well, I could have been, you could have picked me up off the floor. I was just so excited. So I sat next to Gary Marshall the entire night, 3 hours. The only time he wasn't talking to me was when he was on stage giving his keynote. He told me all the stories from Laverne and Shirley, from meeting Anne Hathaway and how he cast Julia Roberts. I heard all of it. And then he turned to me and he said, "What did you write, dear?" And I said, "Oh," and I gave him, I told him about my pitch. I gave him my pitch for my 3 movies that I wrote. And he said to me, as we were sitting there at the table, he said, "Well, I don't do this because I write my own movies. I don't ever produce anything from anyone else, but send me your screenplays and I'd be happy to give you feedback." Again, puddle on the floor, right? I was like, oh my God, Gary Marshall is going to read my screenplays and give me his notes. Later that night, I ran up to my room. I pulled out my screenplays because, of course, I had them because I was pitching them to producers. And I looked through them, and suddenly a wave of insecurity hit me. My imposter syndrome just knocked me down. I can't give him these. They're not good enough, was the thought in my head, right? Remember that what my beliefs were, that I would amount to nothing, I was good for nothing. So I went back home with my screenplays. Do you know how long it took me to send him my screenplays? 6 months of rewriting. I wrote and rewrote and rewrote. I had to make them perfect before I sent them off to him. And eventually I sent them. And about 2 weeks later, I got the package back in the mail, and I was so excited to open it up and see all the notes that he had written. In it was a note, and the note said, "Mr. Marshall does not receive unsolicited screenplays. Thank you very much." I was crushed. I was crushed, and the only way I can console myself was to say, well, that wasn't for me anyway. God has a different plan for me. So I stopped writing. I started another business. And I spent years and thousands of dollars on my mindset, on coaching, on courses, on training, on certifications. Can anyone relate to that? I spent years and years doing that. But still, the roadblocks. Until in 2015, I was working with a coach because I decided I wanted to help women develop more confidence because I realized that was something I was struggling with. I was struggling with my own confidence. I couldn't be visible. I hated being in front of a camera. Doing this was unheard of 10 years ago for me. I would not be in front of a camera. I would not even like taking pictures. And so I had to work through a lot of my insecurities to even build up the confidence enough to say that I wanted to help women develop more confidence, right? Like I said, I spent thousands of dollars and years in coaching, and I had overcome quite a bit, but I still was hitting roadblocks. And so when I was working with this coach, she asked me, how would you help another woman develop confidence? And as she was asking me questions of how I would help someone else overcome their insecurities, I realized I was building something that I needed, an alter ego. And as we were building out that program, she asked me, who is that person that you need to be? What does she look like? How does she dress? How does she act? How does she speak? Like, we built out an alter ego for myself. And what I realized in that moment was that alter ego was the shortcut. It literally leapfrogged all my insecurities, all my imposter syndrome, all the things that were swirling around in my head. It gave me the shortcut to act in the way that I wanted to act so I can get the result that I wanted to get. My alter ego's name was the Beauty Queen because a beauty queen is everything that I didn't believe I was. Beautiful, graceful, elegant, articulate, unflappable, all those things. Like, I would stand in front of a room of people and my mouth would be cotton and I wouldn't know how to speak. Like I said, I couldn't be in front of a camera. And so when I embodied this beauty queen, I could take the stage. So this was my first book signing. And this is me as the beauty queen, my alter ego. And I got to do my book launch at a Y100 iHeartRadio event. And that was really great. And that's how I showed up, right? Confident, bold, and audacious. And this is exactly what this course is meant to do for you. It's meant to shortcut all the things to help you overcome your fears, your insecurities, and yes, your mental roadblocks. So you can stand up and be who you desire to be in front of others. So let me tell you some benefits about building an alter ego, or what we call the power persona. In Todd Herman's book, The Alter Ego Effect, which I then read in 2021 when he released it after I had built my own and was helping other women create these power personas for themselves, he talks about 3 benefits, and I'm going to give you 4. So the first benefit is that it protects your fragile ego. Like, my ego could not handle being criticized, but my alter ego water off a duck's back. It suspends your disbelief about yourself. So all those insecurities that you have, they're suspended when you're in your alter ego. It unlocks your hidden power and ability that you didn't even know you had. And the fourth one, which is mine, is that it's an instant confidence shifter. It moves you into confidence immediately. So for a fraction of the cost and the time that it will take you to overcome your fears and limiting beliefs through coaching or through consulting or through therapy, you can take this course and literally just leapfrog over some of those things. I'm not saying that it goes away completely or it goes away all at once. This is for that moment in time that you need to stand up and be confident and brave. That's what your alter ego is for. It's not for everyday living. It's for those moments in time when you need it. So I have two opportunities for you to unlock your power persona for visibility. That's the free course that we have on the Genius Club. And then the other course is Unlock the Most Powerful Version of You, Speak Boldly, Live Bravely, and Lead Powerfully. That's a premium course for $497. So you can go ahead and unlock your power persona with our free course. You can take that and really understand how to show up more powerfully, and then you can go and actually build out this power persona for yourself with our premium course. So let me tell you what you're going to get. These are some unique elements and what you're going to get with this. So you're going to get 6 video modules: unmasking your inner critic, defining your superpowers, creating your power persona, activating your power persona, trusting your intuition and building confidence, and then how do you sustain that power persona. You're going to get 6 really incredible and very powerful, beautifully designed workbooks with each of the modules that you're going to work through in building your power persona. And that's going to guide you through that process. And then this is what's really unique, is that you're going to take 2 really powerful in module 2, you're going to take 2 strength assessments to help you understand how to define and unlock your superpowers. And when you get there, you'll receive the instructions, how to get the links, because these are 2 very different but very valuable strengths assessment. The first one is the Kolbe assessment. This I use with corporate clients, with leaders, and this unlocks the cognitive part of your brain. It's a part of your brain that's not well known. People don't talk a lot about that cognitive piece, but your cognitive brain is where your subconscious strengths are, your innate instinctive strengths. And then you're going to get the predictive index. Again, this is a tool I use for corporate, and I'm going to give you access to this to help you discover the hidden gems that are inside of you that you've probably either hidden, or you're not even aware that they exist, or you probably dismiss them altogether. Now, this person, his name is Cary Grant. He was an American actor back in the 40s and 50s, one of the heartthrobs. And he says, well, his real name is Archie Leach. And he built an alter ego for himself called Cary Grant. And he said, I pretended to be someone I wanted to be until I became him or he became me. Most people know this person, Beyonce, who when she started, she had incredible stage fright, and she built Sasha Fierce to help her overcome her stage fright. And then she stated that she no longer needed her alter ego, Sasha Fierce, because she had grown and can now merge her onstage persona with her true self. This is about really revealing your true identity, your authenticity, because we are layered so much with false beliefs and expectations that our true nature isn't always allowed to shine. So let me finish off with one last story. In 2017, I was invited to do a pageant. You know, people had seen me as my alter ego, the beauty queen, and wanted me to enter a pageant. Again, the insecurities came upon me, and I said, there's no way I can enter a pageant. 2018, they reached out to me again, and I said, no way, I can't do it. In 2019, they reached out to me a third time, and I stopped myself and I said, what am I resisting here? Because now I know every time something comes to me, it's because I have a resistance to it. And what I discovered was that I was afraid of being judged. Again, that those old beliefs. And I was afraid of being judged, not just by my family and friends and my business colleagues, but I was really afraid of being actually judged by judges on a panel. And once I recognized that, I stepped into my own alter ego, into my confidence, and I pretended to be someone I wanted to be until I became her or she became me. That's what I have for you today. If we have any questions, I'd be happy to answer any questions anyone has. Let me stop sharing.
Oh, lots of questions, Alicia. Thank you so much. What a wonderful presentation. Go ahead, Renee.
OMG, Alicia. Oh
Hi,
my
Renee. Thank
God.
you.
She had texted me. She's one of my affiliates, and she texted me to say she was going to be on this. And this happened to be a doubleheader week for me and the affiliates that I brought in because on Monday we had Lori, and then today is you. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Thank you.
that's phenomenal. I guess all my communications working. I'm so glad. This was phenomenal, and I don't know if you were reading any of my comments. I just rewatched Pretty Women with my mom the umpteenth time. I don't know how many times I've seen
I
it.
know.
Love it, love it, love it. And so many things that I can relate to. And you know the work I do with it's like, and something I'm gonna be a little vulnerable on this recording here. That hit me. I was like, oh my God, I think I did that. I've been asked to be on a pageant like years with like the gal that runs this whole event and the Queen Mary. And I kept saying no, and I never
Woman of
did. I said,
Achievement? Is it Woman of Achievement?
I,
Is it
I,
with
I went to that. Yeah, it
Marlena?
was. Yeah, yes.
That's the one.
No, no
Renee, we got to
way.
talk. Yes,
I
way.
never did it. She was every single year she would message me, and I never did. And just now, for the first time, it hit me as to probably why. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I
I was
and this
so
is the work.
afraid of
This is the work I
judgment.
do with women. This is what I
Yes.
do with women. But why I didn't even think about it until you just. It was Women of Achievement, and it was with Marlena. Oh my
Mm.
God. Well, I
Yeah,
came to support
isn't
you, but
that, listen, Renee, we have a lot of serendipity going on
I
here.
know. We'll talk. Well, we definitely are
We'll
going to talk
talk
anyway.
offline. Yeah.
Yes, we will. But anyway, I know Tim's got his hand up. This was really phenomenal.
Thank
Really,
you.
you did an amazing job. I'm not just saying, I don't care who it was. I mean, you happen to be one of the people I brought, but anybody that would have given this, there's no favorites here. It's just, I thought it was a phenomenal presentation. You just did a really great job.
Thank
Your
you. Well, like
execution
Tim
on it.
said, this is going up now as part of my free course.
Yeah. Well, I'll be getting it. I mean, it's just, um, yeah, this is really, and I'm going to give a shout out to this whole platform, and they know how much I love them. And I could talk about them behind their back, and I do. So if your ears are burning at any point in the day, it's me. Because I cannot give enough love and gratitude and appreciation for every single one of them. They work their
Behind
bottoms
them.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is something that they're doing for us. You're not paying a PR manager to do PR marketing for you. I mean, this is like, I don't really know. Like, I can shout from the rooftops, and trust me, I do, about what we have here. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't really know. Like, I feel like I want to go to people and go, do you not know what you have here? Do you not know what you're turning your back on, that you're not like, 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 how do
Well,
I
I
see
thank you,
it?
Renee. I really thank you for introducing me to the great discovery. Thank you.
It's really my pleasure. I'm getting chills just even talking. But I mean, Sandra and Tim and Michael Harry for creating Six Sigma. I hope you're watching, Michael. I hope you're listening. I'm just so indebted to all of them, and Kathy and Bree and James and Alex. I mean, the people that have been really working behind the scenes that make things look so seamless. And one thing
Mhm.
I've learned, the more seamless something looks, the more effort goes into it.
Like a duck. All the
Like,
little
yeah, so I
secrets.
am well aware of what goes on behind the scenes. You don't even know, and I don't even know they have, but I can only imagine, and I do imagine because I see what's in front of me, and I know Tim, and I know Sandra, and they know how much I love them, and how much gratitude I have for them. It's just, what we have here is who does this for people? I mean, this should be, I don't think I saw it on your list, Tim, yesterday of what we offer. On that, like the other, I think this needs to be like PR marketing. I mean, it's just phenomenal to give somebody an opportunity to share their voice, which is what I'm all about, and to have others. I mean, it's mind blowing. And this was really well done. And, shout out Sandra to you and to Tim, Kathy, the whole team. I mean, to really give us a platform to share our voices with the world. And now in any language, there's no barrier in any economy. It's like,
Yeah.
my God, you know, I don't know. I can't really say enough, and I'm sure I do, but I never feel like I can. So great job,
Thank you.
phenomenal job. And yeah, I'm glad I was here to support. Just fantastic. Okay, that's enough for now. But anyway, you know how I feel.
Okay, thanks, Brenda. You know we love you. And there's Super Tim with his hand up. So there you go.
Super Tim, there you have it. Alicia, you just did a master class on how to do a great spotlight. And
Thank you.
serious, I mean that. The way you structured it, the way you presented, the way you thought it through, the way you had it practiced and polished, your screen and everything. Fantastic.
Thank you.
As you think, so you are. And, James Allen did a book, world famous book, As a Man Thinketh. And many of us have read that and learned from it. But its roots come back from a biblical premise, is as you think, as you are, and
Right.
it's something that I learned back when I first started in ministry back at Saddleback Church. I was finally called up. They called me up and they wanted me to lead a small group. And I was scared to death. I had no idea, what to do. I was fine presenting in the marketplace, but then going into ministry, who am I to talk, like that? And it was literally what I did. I considered myself, it wasn't me speaking. The Lord was speaking through me. And it was that very thought, that very assumption that brought my alter persona out to be able to be effective in what I did and grew a pretty substantial ministry. But love it. I would actually love to literally use you as a model for how to do a great course spotlight. I'm going to promote you.
Thank you.
I'm not going to be, I'm not the biggest guy ever, but I'm going to promote you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that so much, Tim. Thank you.
In
Thank you,
Spanish,
thank you.
English, French, Italian, Tanzanian, and any other language I can think of. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it so
Yeah,
much.
it's almost like she's a TEDx speaker or something, right?
Go figure.
I mean, awesome. Okay, go ahead, Bree.
Yeah, well, my first question is going to be, when are you coming on my podcast?
Anytime you invite me. Anytime you invite me, I'm there.
My friend Avis is going to co-host one. I think that you would be perfect. She's also an actress and she's actually working with Tracy Morgan and Tina Fey right now as we speak on their show. But I'd love to have you join the three of us. She's also into photography, and so I know that's part of your background. I think that would be a really great thing. What I really, really loved was, and I think when you're talking about how well you did this amazing job with interweaving the stories and bringing us into your world and the struggles and making it so authentic. And that really spoke to all of us. And I think that's another lesson learned on how to do such a great presentation, was you just intertwine those stories so eloquently, so beautifully. And this is exactly why we love having these spotlights, because I come to these to look for courses I can promote. I was already signed up for the courses while you were talking, because I was like, I'm in there. But that's what it's all about. So I get inspired by what Alicia's doing, because that's amazing. Grab your persona, because y'all need one now. We know that. And then sign up for that course spotlight, because we want to see more of you doing these. Thank you, Alicia.
I got to do more courses. I got to put some more courses
Yes, you
up.
do.
That's what I got to do.
Thanks, Bree.
Thank you.
Sandra.
Well, I just want to say, Alicia, that this is what you just shared and what your course is about is so relevant. And I'm going to say for women, especially, it is difficult. You know, I came out of corporate America, I had a career, and then I married Michael, and he was, you know, the co-creator of Six Sigma. And all of a sudden, I didn't have a persona anymore. I was behind him. And it was really hard for me when I lost him to come back out front and be the person that had to
Mhm.
do the speaking. And I had to reinvent myself again. I went through the same type of thing. I had to say, I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I was petrified. I mean, I had done it a million times in corporate America with financial information. That was easy all day long, repeating facts. But to come out and tell the story about who I am and the great discovery and what I was doing with it and keeping Six Sigma legacy alive, I was so lost. And I went through almost the same process. I had to hit my knees one day and I had to say, you know what, God, show me and give me that strength. And
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you one of the things I did, guys, and probably nobody knows this except probably Kathy. I don't even know if Tim knows this. Well, I think he knows, but he didn't really see it. It was before him. I have gone by Sandy my whole life. My whole life I was known as Sandy, or my nickname is Sam with my family. They call me Sam. It's a nickname. And so one of the ways that I developed that new personality and I gave myself the strength, as I said, I love my full name, Sandra. I had never used it. And I started using my name, Sandra. Kathy's shaking her head, yes.
Mhm.
And it
It
was
took me a
one of
while
the
to switch, but I love it. I love that you did
it, and
it.
it was a process I went through, and I went through this exact same thing. And
Mhm.
I have to say, again, just like Bree said, you intertwining the stories, the passion, that's what people want to hear, everybody. What Alicia just did tonight is how you sell what you're doing and sell your course, and you empower other people with that knowledge. It's
Thank
not
you.
about just regurgitating what the course is. It's about the story behind it, the passion, and came through in spades. And I want to say thank you. It was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Sandra. Casey?
Yes, I just want to say what I already typed in the chat, but I'm going to speak it. Absolutely polished presentation, not the PowerPoint. I'm referring to your poise that proves your persona. And, you know, somewhere you got to weave in poise in your presentation title, because when I say, like, just following you and listening to you, I stepped away for a minute and then came back. You know, the flow, everything that you brought was great. And I just wanted to compliment you on that. And I did enroll in one of your courses in the Genius Club.
Yay,
And
thank you.
thank you very much, because it was very inspiring.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks,
All
Casey.
right.
Well, thanks everyone. And of course, a great big thank you to you, Alicia, for sharing yourself, your story, and your persona. We love it.
Thank you. Well, this is her now.
It's
I
great.
am she.
That's great. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you again on Monday's Course Spotlight. Take care and have a,
Thank
oh,
you.
no, Monday. It's Labor Day. Sorry, it'll be a week.
Next
It'll be a
Wednesday.
week. Yeah. So have a great week and we'll see you. Well, we'll see some of you back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, and that's right. Tomorrow night is affiliate night, so you can learn how to get out and promote Alicia and any other content that you choose on The Great Discovery. Thank you guys. Have a
Thank you.